Okay. So the next category of al-marfu'at, or the nouns that take two dhammas or their alternatives, is called na'ibul fa'il. It's the replacement of fa'il. And an example of that over here. Look at this example. Nasara Ahmadu Zaydan. Zayd helped Ahmad helped Zayd. So instead of this, if you want to make this passive, when you want to say Zayd was helped, you say Nusira Zayd. So Zayd would be marfu' in this case, because it is actually not fa'il, it's not the doer of the action, it's the receiver. But in this case, it has taken the place of the doer of the action. Nusira Zayd. Zayd was helped. Who helped him? That's not mentioned. When the doer of the action is not mentioned, the receiver is only mentioned. In that situation, the ism is also marfu'. Originally it was Nasara Ahmad Zaydan, then we changed it to Nusira Zayd. The first one is active, the second one is passive. Yes. Zayd was helped. So when you have the equivalent of passive in Arabic, that ism would be marfu'.
So when you said Zayd was helped, like you have to write Zayd was helped.
You can, no, in Arabic you can't do that. You can't say by. Nusira Zayd, you cannot say by. In English you can say, right, Zayd was helped by so and so. But in Arabic you cannot say that by phrase.
Then it's an incomplete sentence.
Zayd was helped. It's a complete sentence, and even in English, Zayd was helped.
How would you express the thoughts? I mean,
if you want to say Zayd was helped,
how would
you would use this. You would say Ahmad helped Zayd.
No, you cannot passive.
No, you
cannot
can't.
make it passive and express the idea in there.
No, you cannot say that. You don't have the equivalent of the by phrase in Arabic.
So nothing ever.
So if you write the Nusira Zayd or Ahmad, that would not make sense.
That wouldn't make sense. So every time you use the passive, the by phrase is not mentioned, or who did it is not mentioned. Who received it is mentioned. Nusira Zayd, Zayd was helped. So this is an example of this. This is an example of this. Do you understand the first two? The first one is fa'il. An ism that's fa'il, or the receiver of the action, is marfu'. Okay, two dhammas. An ism that's na'ibul fa'il, the replacement of fa'il, meaning it's actually the receiver, but now the doer is not mentioned and the receiver has taken its place. So it will also have the same rule as fa'il. It will take two dhammas. Like here, Zaydun took the place of Ahmad, right? In the original sentence, we have Ahmad had helped Zayd. Now we want to just say, without mentioning Ahmad, we want to say Zayd was helped. So we say it like this, Nusira Zayd. And that's called na'ibul fa'il. The same thing happens to it as well. The next thing is mubtada. And number 4 is khabar. 3 and 4, you already know what they are, right? If you have a jumla ismiya, a jumla ismiya is an ism, is a jumla which has at its first part an ism, and if the second part is an ism, the second part could be fi'l or ism, but if it is, that's called khabar. If it is an ism, that noun will also be marfu'. Example. This is an example of mubtada and khabar both. Zaydun jahilun. Zayd is ignorant. So the Arabic text, Zayd, you know, Zayd is someone who many things happen to him. He beats and he's beaten, he's ignorant and he's scholar, he's good and he's bad, and he's killed and he killed and all those things. In this case, he's an ignorant. Zaydun jahil. Zayd is ignorant. So, if you see Zayd,
isn't in maf'al you're supposed to have dhammatain on everything, right?
yes, originally, yeah, but depending on what category, if you want to say, for example, Musa Nabiyun, Musa alayhi salam is a prophet, then you will say Musa because in that case it's understood to have two dhammas.
Right, but how come in Naib al-Fa'il we have Nasr Ahmad Zaydan?
Oh, this is not an example of Naib al-Fa'il. The example of Naib al-Fa'il is actually over here. This is the original sentence. I'm sorry if this created any confusion.
Oh, okay.
Here we have an example of fa'il and maf'ul, and you turn this around from active to passive, and you say nusira Zaydun. Zayd was helped. If you have such a sentence, the subject of that sentence, the subject of the passive sentence will also be marfu'. Subject of the passive sentence is marfu'. So if you say Zayd was helped, what's the subject in English? Zayd, right? Same in Arabic. Nusira Zayd. Zayd was helped. And then if you have mubtada or khabar, if it's an ism, mubtada is always an ism. It can be fa'il, right? Khabar could be ism or fa'il. But if it's ism, like in this example, it will be marfu'. Zaydun jahil. Zayd is ignorant. Notice both of them have two dhammas, Zaydun and Jahil. This is mubtada, this is khabar. What is this thing called? Jumla ismiya, right? What kind of jumla is this? Ismiya, because it begins with an ism. So a jumla ismiya consists of mubtada and khabar. Jumla ismiya consists of ism and khabar. The ism is the mubtada is always an ism. The khabar could be fa'il or ism. But if it is ism, then the ism will also be marfu'. Is that clear? Naib al-Fa'il, the replacement of fa'il. Yeah, what's the question?
So that's an example of a real verb.
No. This is example of number one, this is of number,
No, I'm thinking of the tab example.
yeah, this is an example of number 3 and number 4. Both. Because it has a mubtada and it has a khabar. This is mubtada. This is khabar. So if you look in the Quran, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdu is mubtada. What is Alhamdu? Mubtada. That's why it has a dhamma, Alhamdu.